How's it going, guys? Chris here. Welcome back to TARDIS Talk, and today we are talking about the Empire of Death. So we finished watching it about an hour ago. I would like to give my opinion, my first initial reaction after watching it for the first time. Sometimes my opinions on these episodes changes after a second watch or a third watch, but I want to give my first impressions. So before we carry on, in the comment section down below, leave your thoughts on what you thought of the finale and what you thought of the series overall. It would be good to get a discussion going. Leave it down below. Possibly something constructive where they could grow upon or work upon. Starting things off, was it a perfect episode? No. I'm going to go over things I like about it and things I don't like about it. I'll try and stay as neutral as I can, but there's things I really liked and there's parts I really didn't like. So let's talk about the things that I did like. I liked the initial presentation of Sutekh. Sutekh appeared to very villainous. Obviously, you know, he's the god of death, and they made him look very menacing, and the show portrayed him in that way for a good part of the episode, at least. You know, down to colour grading and things like that, you know, like from the visual side of things, and just how he's been designed. The skull faces look even more terrifying this time round as they did on the first episode last week. You know, they seem to have adapted them slightly, even to down to what they were wearing, like the hoods. Very, very, very scary. I loved it. About 5 minutes into the episode, they practically wipe out all of the cast members, don't they? Obviously, you know, it's not lasting effects, but initially that's devastating in my opinion. Been crazy. It would have been even crazier if that actually just killed them all off. I did love one little detail about this episode. I loved the memory TARDIS. I think it was called the memory TARDIS, where he had different parts of TARDISes in there from the past and props, you know. What was the one that you said? Was it Amy's suitcase? Amy's suitcase I saw in there. I saw Matt Smith's console, the masks from the girl in the fireplace, I believe it was. A lot of details. I'm not going to go over all of them right now. Yeah, every sonic screwdriver tucked away in a drawer. Colin Baker's jacket was hanging up, which was, you know, probably a little throwback because obviously Mel was Colin Baker's companion for part of his tenure. So I feel like the chemistry between the Doctor and Ruby really came together in this episode. Really did. There was some really touching scenes. You know, they're having a bit of a heart-to-heart, and you know, the Doctor feels like it's his fault. The Doctor and Ruby also had a really touching scene right at the end where they share their goodbyes and whatnot. What a very impactful scene, that for sure. One thing that I wish they would have done differently, I think the whole... I feel like Sutekh, they built him up really, really good in the last one. And they kept a lot of it from maybe the first half of this episode, but I feel like they defeated him a bit too quickly. I don't know why. I feel like what I would have preferred them to do is have Sutekh actually win the whole battle. End the season thinking everybody else is actually dead still, and then possibly have it so next season it starts off and all you've got is the Doctor and he's working on trying to fix everything that went wrong in the first season. I don't know why that idea sort of came to me as I was watching it and after it all happened, and I thought that would have been a much better way to go, because obviously Sutekh gets destroyed by the same way that he destroyed him in the first time round back in the time vortex. So I don't know why they went down that route of doing it. And yeah, it's just it felt like he got defeated too quickly. So the only scenes that we essentially had him in was the reveal last week. 3 or 4 scenes maximum in this episode. Wasn't really many, and wasn't really many long scenes either. All of a sudden he's gone, so I'm hoping that he's not dead, so they can bring him back again. Yeah, otherwise it's it kind of sort of crushed all that big hype about him last week. Turning Mel into a skull face was pretty cool. as you said earlier, she looked better. That was definitely an improvement. I thought it was pretty clever how the doctor sort of knew straight away that she wasn't her. We sort of sussed it out straight away, didn't we? That way, where sort of she comes under the sutekh control and then all that. We sort of worked that one out straight away. Let's talk about the biggest point of this episode. Well, I think so anyway. The identity of Ruby's mum. Let's talk about that because I didn't like it. Sorry, didn't like it at all. Well, I didn't like it because this was a season finale and the big reveal was really underwhelming. Because, for starters, the mum was supposed to be 15 years old, I think, when she had Ruby. And to my knowledge, any 15-year-old in 2004 England would not be wearing that. I'm not talking for everyone, of course, but no, it just didn't. No, I don't know. Also, the whole pointing at the sign, and all of a sudden she's called Ruby. How does that really work? Did someone from a distance see her pointing at this sign and put two and two together? If not, how was she actually called Ruby then? Okay. This is an example of someone wearing Leonardo DiCaprio in 2004. A shirt and baggy jeans. Yeah. What I'm hoping for is them to build on this though, and not just leave it where it is and not talk about it ever again. Obviously, I know Ruby will be coming back because you read that article, didn't you? That Russell wrote about it. But obviously, apparently her storyline is just paused for the time being. Obviously, it wouldn't have made any sense for her to fly off in the TARDIS. Now she's just found her mum. Would it really? That would have been even worse. Just found your mum. For the first time in your life. Oh, I'm just going to go take a trip in the TARDIS to, kill an alien and then come back. That wouldn't have made any sense. So, it makes sense to pause her storyline for the time being, introduce the next companion maybe the next episode or two. But yeah, I don't like the direction they've gone with the whole mother reveal. All they've done was reveal it on the screen. That being said, because they revealed it on the screen, that might mean that the person in the hood still wasn't her mum. Yeah, like you said.
You've done it again.
What?
No,
no, I think we've spoken about, yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we spoke about this off camera. It's her idea. It was that, isn't it? But I'm just saying, it's true. Yeah, because they didn't actually show the, reveal the face, the lifting the hood off or whatever. They haven't actually shown that, have they? We can only go off of what we've seen on screen. Going off of what we've seen on screen so far, disappointed 100%. There was some really good moments in there, of course, but overshadowed by some disappointing bits. That's for sure. And it's just considering how good last week's episode was. Now, Doctor Who have this sort of running theme where the first part of the finale is amazing, and then the week later it's sort of let down a little bit by a slightly weaker episode. And they've done it again. So, in person, it could be a thing where, like you're right, it could be somebody else actually under the hood, or it could be something where it was her under the hood, but she's been somehow made to put her there in some way, shape or form. We shall see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anyway, there's my overall thoughts. I might make another one at some point if I get any other ideas of what to talk about in regards to this episode. But thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.